We all know that vegetables give us optimum nutrition and nourishment for a minimal amount of calories. And fresh is always best. But if you can't grow your own fresh veggies, there's Reggie's Veggies. We're here with Reggie Marshall. Reggie, good to see you, my friend. And wow, you have incorporated a whole lot of vegetables in a little bit of space. Tell us how you do that.
Okay, well, it's intensive market gardening. This is a demo garden set up at Tennessee State University. So, meeting with Dr. Clardy and Dr. Matthew Blair, we came up with this idea of putting in a small garden at TSU to demo how it could be done on a small scale. So we've got a quarter of an acre here, and I've got 34 100-foot rows on a quarter of an acre.
Wow,
and so
that's a lot.
That's a lot. On nine rows of tomatoes here, I have 372 tomato plants, 3 different varieties. I've got 200 bell pepper plants set up on 4 rows. So again, the idea is to, we talk about food security. This is a great way to introduce that to someone, even if you've got a half acre, quarter acre, your balcony, a few pots in your yard, in your house. You can grow a lot of vegetables.
You've got a lot of plants here. Do they all start here, or do you start your plants elsewhere?
Some of them I've bought, but a lot of them I start myself in float beds. And that's an easy way to start things, and you're not spending. You get to watch everything grow.
Yeah,
so that's another beauty of that. So you can again, it doesn't cost a lot of money, and that's where we're going with this.
Exactly.
Putting things together with the least amount of input.
Reggie, let's go look at those float beds. I'm interested to see how you get those started.
Okay.
And when you say float beds, it's literally a float bed.
It is.
So tell us how this actually works, because it's to a lot of people that may not have seen this before, this may seem like, hey, does that get too much water?
Yeah, and it can if you use the wrong medium. If you use a peat moss, will hold too much water, and you'll have what's called damping off, where your plants will die because of disease. This is just like tobacco plants were started years ago. As a matter of fact, I got this idea from a good friend of mine, Paul White, who used to raise a lot of tobacco and still does. He raises all his vegetables this way. So what I do is I'll start my plants. These plants are about 2 weeks old. They're up good, so I'll add fertilizer to them at this point, right? And those are about 3.5 weeks old over there. Mm-hmm. So I put fertilizer on those about a week and a half ago. It's water soluble fertilizer, so it dissolves easily in water. And once they're about 4 weeks old, I'll put them in pots and then translate, and then let them grow out to 2 to 3 weeks from there.
So it's just a stage. You start here with your seeds, and then as they grow, you just move them up into bigger and better things until they eventually end up outside.
Right.
And you don't have to do anything else to them. I mean, they've got air movement in here and everything. So basically, this is just a maintenance area.
Absolutely.
And you said the right kind of medium. So what kind of medium do you use?
It's a tobacco float bed mix, which doesn't have peat moss in it. It's just like a I believe it's coconut coir or something like that in there. So it doesn't hold a lot of moisture. It holds enough, you see, but it's not gonna saturate your plants.
Got it. And you can pick this up and you can see that the roots are coming out the bottom already.
Yes.
So, and that's what you want.
Absolutely.
What a great idea for this. So this is an excellent way to start plants.
Yes.
And obviously, you've got a lot of plants that you've started here.
Absolutely.
And we're just going to move on up. So here's some that you've already potted up and that are ready to go. So this is the next stage.
Right. So again, I'll pot these and put a little bit of a slow release fertilizer in the pot, so that as I'm watering, it has nutrients and it's being slowly released and doesn't burn the plant, doesn't burn the roots. Tammy, these are Stonewall cucumbers, which is a hybrid cucumber. They grow really nice 8 to 9 inch cucumbers, slicing cucumbers. And then I've got some squash here. And what I'll do, if they're growing these float bed cells, I'll pull them out of here.
Oh.
And I've got the ground already soaked over there, so I'll stick them in here. Even though it's hot today, with the ground being soaked, these succulents will do okay.
And that's got a pretty long root system
Absolutely.
for that. So the float bed helps promote that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Got it. So that's ready to go and be trellised, and these will be producing how quickly?
These are large transplants, so they'll be ready to go in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, Reggie, we're going to let you get these started, and then we're going to meet you at your sales point. This makes so much sense, Reggie, to have produce available here at St. Thomas Midtown Hospital, where you've got patients coming in and out and employees. So talk to us about how this collaboration actually happened.
Well, I'm a nurse here at the hospital, house supervisor, so I see everybody in the hospital, and I've been working with these folks for quite a while. Dr. Stacy Davis, who is one of the cardiologists, said to me, he said, "Hey Reggie, you raise vegetables, Marla raises meat, so why don't you guys have a farm stand here? We have Reggie's Veggies and Marla's Meat and sitting here for the hospital employees to buy, and for the patients and family members who come to the hospital." So that's where all this came about, and I love growing things, and so this is just a culmination of all the things that I enjoy: healthcare, healthy nutrition. You know, I'm a testament to that myself. I'm off my blood pressure medicine because I've lost enough weight to reduce my need for the high blood pressure medicine. So I'd like to see other people use food as a source for healing their bodies as well.
It's just a value-added thing for the customers here and the employees, which I think is great, and a wonderful sales outlet for you.
Do you have any just basil?
I do, right here.
I'm gonna need
Honestly, this will just keep going every month.
Right, until the end of October is when we plan to end it.
Got it. So it'll run just like a farmer's market will.
Exactly.
And Reggie, do you see it expanding, maybe including some more different kinds of produce as the season progresses?
Oh, absolutely. So, you know, my produce will pretty much follow the Tennessee harvest time frame. So, you know, like tomatoes, end of June, 1st of July, we'll have some tomatoes, peppers, and squash will be here in June as well. So, and then have a few watermelons late into August, and then more fall greens. I have some greens now, but you know, it'll follow the harvest season in Tennessee.
Well, and I think that part of our job as people who grow food is to educate the consumer on when a season is.
Right.
They see it in the grocery store year round, so they might not understand when is the good time for certain things.
Exactly, and that's part of what I'm trying to do here.
See, that's perfect, Reggie. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I think it's a perfect marriage of produce and patience.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of patience.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.